Welcome to the chill. Where we keep it real and we keep it ill. Matic. I'm your host, Illmatic Ness, aka Mr. Can Never Be Cancelled, and I'd like to welcome y'all back to the second episode of the chill. Originally it was the third, but things got hectic on this side. You feel me? I'm still here trying to put my set together, figure out how I want to carry this and all of that, you know what I mean? But we're gonna keep it going anyway. But today's segment, I want to talk about something positive. I want to talk about positive role models amongst us men. You know what I mean? I think the females, I really don't even know. You know what I mean? Like, do females really have positive role models? I personally don't know. I'm not a female, so I can't really say. But I know when it comes to males, it be seeming like there just don't be any positive people in our lives and all of that type of shit. But I wanted to hit y'all with something to show y'all and to prove that that's false. You feel me? So today's segment is about three brothers, literally three brothers, my cousins. And don't get me wrong, man, I got other positive role models, you feel me? But as far as the ones that I feel truly give a fuck, you know what I mean? Like, it be people like, when you see them, or maybe when you talk to them, it's some kind of positivity, but we gonna get into it, man. So anyway, shout out to my cousin Lyte, shout out to my cousin Lyte, shout out to my cousin Ka, shout out to my cousin Sha. These are the three brothers we gonna be discussing today in today's segment. You heard? So like I said, this isn't to down or downplay anybody else that is in my life that may feel like they might be a positive role model. You know what I mean? Like I said, there's others. But as far as the ones that I came up with and I know for sure, I don't gotta question nothing, I don't gotta think about nothing, for sure, I know. So anyway, my cousin Sha. I didn't meet Sha till I was like 17. Son had to sit down. He had to do 20 years, man. 20 hard years. And I remember being a kid, and I would see his pictures around the crib and shit, and I'd be like, yo, who this? And they'd be like, yeah, he's in jail. He'll be home soon, da-da-da-da-da. So, it's like I always had a connection with him. I just never spoke to him, never seen him until I was 17. Like I said, these people been in my life all my life, from the very beginning. So he didn't come in until I was 17, almost an adult at the time. But even still to this day, I still got the utmost respect for him, the utmost admiration, you feel me, all that kind of shit. But so I remember when I met him, I was living in Baltimore at the time. So me and my mother, we was about to take a trip to Brooklyn. And I remember he was, he had just got out and all that kind of shit. So now I'm like, damn, like, I've been seeing pictures of this dude. I've been hearing phone calls with this dude. You know what I mean? Like, I've been hearing this cat's name all my life and never seen him. And now I'm about to meet him and shit. So soon, instantly hit it off. Like, it was no, like I said, it made me feel like I knew something my whole life. You know what I mean? Like, soon as we met, our first conversation, there was no needing to scratch through barriers and all that shit. We instantly clicked. We talking about pussy, we talking about life, we talking about this gang shit, we talking about, you know what I mean? Like, we talking like we've been buddies forever, you feel me? And I remember just seeing how, like, he used to move, you know what I mean? And seeing my cousin Lyte and my cousin Ka, obviously those are the two main ones that I've been around, and they complete opposites. So then when you throw Sha into the picture, Sha make Jarrell look like, you know what I mean? Well, my cousin Lyte. So it was like a crazy balance, you know what I mean? Like Sha, his movements, everything was like real prompt and accurate, you know what I mean? Like, I remember I think he had to do some sort of like check-in type of shit. You know what I mean? Like he had to go check in with somebody. And he be on it, man. Like he came home and he hit the dirt running. Like I never seen. I've seen people struggle for years, they whole life. And bro came home and it was like, I got this opportunity now to be amongst the real world. Let me go ahead and let me put that work in that I should have been putting in, you know, before I went down. I remember he was my first interview whenever I was a kid, and I decided that I wanted to do this film shit. I remember I filmed him, and he told me about everything. He told me about some of the people he came up with, all that kind of stuff. But overall, he just even to this day, man, he, you know, he talks life into me. He, you know what I mean, like anything, like, and I'm not gonna say he sugarcoats shit, cause he don't. You know what I mean? Like if shit is bad, he'll tell you, but it's like it's bad, but you could find some good in it if you want to. You feel me? Like that's the kind of person Sha is. You know what I mean? Shit might be, you know, hard, rough, but coming from somebody that had to stay 20 years in jail, son, that's a long motherfucking time. And listen, I went to jail in like December, right? I bonded out the next morning, thank goodness, but I was in there for like 15 hours. 14 to 15 hours, and that shit had me upset, ready to fucking go. I was not okay with the shit. So when you take that and you think of, and you amplify it to 20 years, and for him to come out and be so positive, like I don't even think I've seen him catch an attitude yet. You know what I mean? Like I'm sure he has, but I haven't really seen him like raise his voice. He loves his family, he loves his kids, he loves his mother, and you know, I really couldn't have asked or chose 3 better people to look up to. You feel me? My cousin Lyte. Lyte is the baby of the team. You know what I mean? But you know what I mean? For those who are interested in my music, that's where it comes from. You know what I mean? Like if you know me, then you've heard me mention my cousin Lyte. But as far as, you know what I mean, my fans of my music and all of that, this is where it came from. You know what I mean? I just remember as a kid, like I'm not really paying too much attention to shit. You know what I mean? I'm 4, 3, 5, and I'm just running around and shit, but he's a good amount of years older than me, so whenever he used to play music and shit, I would hear it like in passing. You know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't like, oh, that shit's fire, let me sit here and listen to it. But I would hear it. And you know what I mean? And as I got older and I started to understand the words a little better, now it's clicking in my head. It's like, oh, he listening to this shit for a reason. So, music-wise, you know what I mean? I got a lot of that shit from him. Practically raised me. I'm gonna go ahead and say that. If you know my father's been dead since 94. My pops was killed in 94, 95. So since I was 4 or 5 years old, the only male role models I had was these 3 right here, pretty much. You know what I mean? Let me say that. And Lyte, you know what I mean? He's pretty much a gentle soul too. You know what I mean? I never really, I've heard stories about him getting into shit, but I've never really seen it. You know what I mean? Like me and this nigga had to share a bunk bed like a few times in life. I never really, so we was close. I never really seen all that kind of shit. And he used to have to take me with him. You know what I mean? My mother at work, his mother at work. Alright, cool. Wherever you go, you gotta take me with you. You know what I mean? If you gonna go hang with your friends and y'all gonna go do something, I gotta come with you. And even then, like, niggas will go play ball, handball, basketball, whatever, race remote control cars and shit like that, play video games, Sega and all that. You know what I'm saying? And as we got older, I was kind of a little bit of a tyrant, you know what I mean? Just a little bit. And I will often remember a lot of the shit I used to say and do. He used to correct me on it. And a lot of it, even to this day, I still sit and think like, I'm happy he told me, because I could see that sometimes like I could really, you know, say some shit or be like a real piece of shit to people. And then you gotta think like, oh, like this was said to me and maybe I should act this way, and you know what I mean? Like that kind of shit. Son held me down, and if you watch my other segment, whenever I was homeless in Texas, son was helping me out, whether it was throwing me a couple dollars here and there, calling me, keeping my head up, and then he would send me songs. This is what really helped. He would send me songs that he knew would activate up here, would get this activated. So it's like, I might be sleeping on the street. It might be an old man pissing like 5 feet away from me, but I got this music in my headphones. I can't even see what's going on around me right now. You feel me? So he's just always been there, and I'm definitely, you know, grateful for bro. And really grateful isn't even a word. You know what I mean? Like, it really was just me and my mother. Like me, my mother, and my grandmother. So even whenever I would go to like my other grandmother's house in the projects, I got my other uncle may, you know, slide through. I got my Uncle Ellis. So I'm not saying like I haven't been around like positive people, but as far as them, they had their own kids. You know what I mean? Like these were adults really at the time. Like I said, Lyte is only a few years older than me, but these were adults who had their own kids, their own personal shit to go through, bills and all of that. So it wasn't, I didn't never really feel like attention from them and shit. You know what I'm saying? And even though like niggas used to beat me up, like I'm not saying like niggas used to fuck me up sometimes. You know what I mean? Tying me to shit, beating me with shit. I remember niggas did some sucker shit. They turned Resident Evil on. And if you know like Resident Evil in the 90s, that shit was crazy scary. You know what I'm saying? I was like 5'6". So niggas would turn that shit on, turn the lights off and lock the doors. So I'm trapped in the house with this scary ass shit playing. So I'm not like, you know what I mean? But that's just what it was. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, like I said, I'm very grateful for son. Very grateful. From the teaching me the music, you know, teaching me to be respectful whenever I need to. And pretty much just using your brain, man. Like, it's very easy to let your shit go and it just run off of ignorance, you feel me? But I could tell that he never wanted that for me. Yeah, even though I started gang banging and all that shit, you could tell he at least wanted me to use my brain. If I'm gonna do some stupid shit, use your brain. Like that sounds crazy, but listen, trust me when I tell you. My cousin Ka was the rough one out of the bunch. You know what I mean? Like Kasim was the rough one. But he was attentive as well. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wasn't his kid. Sometimes him and my mother didn't get along, but he never act funny towards me. He always showed me love. He used to have to pick me up from school just like Jarrell would, but Lyte would at times. Like when I was a kid, niggas had to pick me up. Sometimes I remember a few times he came to pick me up and I'd be acting up in school and shit, and now he gotta sit after school, talk to my teachers and all that shit. Like, he gotta have conversations with them, and then I would just like look over at him and he'd be looking at me pissed the fuck off, because it's like, yo, I'm not this kid's parent. I'm not supposed to be. I just came to pick him up from school. You know what I mean? And I I mean, eventually, like this was in Brooklyn, so a lot of times, like, you gonna be within walking distance of your school for the most part. But for some reason, I couldn't walk home by myself yet. But anyway, but like I said, even though bro was rough, he was definitely courteous to me. As I got older, he was the one who helped me as far as like street shit went. You know what I mean? Like I said, I didn't meet Sha until I was 17. So whenever I would go back to Brooklyn, whenever I would stay for the summer or come for like holidays and all of that, or even whenever I lived in Brooklyn, Kai was always, like I said, he was rough about shit, but I know he cared. You could tell he cared. You know what I mean? Like that's my nigga for sure. And I remember I was like 16. This is like the year before Sha came home. I was like 16. And I was going through it, man. Like this gangbanging shit, whether if it was in Brooklyn or in Baltimore, shit was getting crazy. Niggas was dying. Bitches was flipping the set. Like shit was going crazy, son. So I'm going through it. You know what I mean? I'm going through it. And at this time, everybody working. Jarrell, he working. Well, Lyte, he working. Ka, he working. Sha wasn't there at the time, so I'm just getting left in the crib all morning, half the afternoon with just my thoughts. Because you gotta think, when you live in New York, unless you work like around the corner or some shit, whenever you get off, it's nowhere near the time that you gonna make it to your crib. So if these niggas got off at 3, they might get back to the crib at like 4 or 5 o'clock. That's the whole fucking day. Like I done spent the whole day by myself with just my thoughts. It's hot as shit. I'm watching State Property and State Property 2 all fucking day. I'm pissed the fuck off. I'm horny as shit. Like I was really going through it this summer, you feel me? And I remember one day I'm watching State Property and I look over and it's a bottle of vodka sitting on the dresser. So I'm like, yo, son got some orange juice in the fridge. I'm about to go hook that up. You know what I mean? I was never really a crazy drinker as a kid until this day. You feel me? Like until this day, I really was never a heavy drinker as a kid. I really didn't fuck with. I smoked weed, and barely, because I didn't start smoking weed until that, well, the summer before. So I made me a drink. That shit went down crazy smooth. I was like, word. I'm about to make another one. Made another one. That shit went down crazy smooth. I'm like, word. I'm about to make another one, son. Made another one, son. You heard? Like, so now and it's cause I'm looking at the bottle and I'm like, damn, like that's some damage. You could tell that I touched that shit. You feel me? And this was kind of the first of me testing waters with Kasim on this kind of level, or any of them really. Like they knew I was into the street shit, but yeah, it's a lot of shit I kept to myself about myself. But once I started drinking that shit and I look at that bottle, I'm like, that's some damage. He gonna definitely know I was in that shit. Yo, son came home, came in the room. I'm sitting in his room watching I'm watching State Property. Oh nah, I think I was playing The Godfather at this point, running around shooting niggas while I'm drunk. I think that's what I was doing, to be honest. But son came in, picked that shit up, and he was like, little nigga, you been drinking my fucking liquor? Yo, that shit had me dying, son. But the funny thing is that he wasn't even really mad. You know what I mean? Like, shit, I think he poured him a drink and poured me another one. You know what I mean? And we kind of just sat and talked about shit. And shit that went on in the street, I wouldn't talk to Lyte about. You know what I mean? Like, it didn't take me long to figure out who was who and who I should say what to. You know what I mean? Like when it came to females, or when it came to how to present myself on like a more chill, like subtle level, Lyte was who I went to. when it came to like street shit, standing up for myself, how to navigate through these streets, I had to go to Kai. I had to. He was the only one that was gonna let me know how shit really was. Shit. A lot of shit I found out about my life through Kasim. He telling me shit about myself, and I'm like, word? Like, what the, like, for real? A lot of shit that blew my mind. We ain't gonna get into all of that, but overall, man, like, I really respect these three dudes. I really love these three dudes. I take a couple bullets for them. You know what I mean? I'll take about 4 or 5, but I ain't taking 6. You feel me? I'll take 4 or 5 bullets for him, but I'm not taking 6. I'll definitely roll a nigga up and put him in a split for them too. You know what I mean? I'll definitely do that. I'll definitely roll a nigga up and burn y'all niggas. Definitely. I'll definitely do that. You know what I'm saying? There's nobody walking this earth. You feel me? Nobody walking this earth. My mother couldn't even disrespect these three in front of me. You feel me? Like, I'm not gonna like pop on my mom's and no shit, but I'm like, yo, you gotta chill or don't talk to me about it. You feel me? Like, don't nobody disrespect these three. Don't nobody talk down to these three. And even if so, they don't gotta say nothing, they don't gotta do nothing. Cause as long as I walk in the streets, you heard? But yeah, man, I definitely wanted to highlight that it's people in this world, regardless of where they come from, regardless of their circumstances and their situations, it is genuinely good people out here. And like I said, I'm very lucky to have fallen in with these three. And truth be told, they not even my real family. When I found that out, I'm not gonna lie, that kind of hurt my heart, but it didn't change nothing, because it was like, yo, we family. You know what I mean? Like, literally from day one, I'm just entering this world. I'm almost 32 now, and they still give me advice. They still make sure a nigga head is on straight, cause they know what I've been through. They know what I be in. You know what I mean? So, what I want y'all to do is, if y'all know some positive people, some positive males, even females in this situation, if y'all know them, if they in y'all life, I need you to let them know. You know what I'm saying? I need you to let them know that you appreciate them and that you love them, because negativity can really, it can run you into some shit, man. And I done been around enough negative people. I done been negative to myself. You feel me? I done been so negative to myself that if I didn't have these three to be positive for me, to give me positivity, to help, you know, try to better myself, I probably would have been dead or in jail by now, man. Real talk. Real talk. But anyway, we're gonna close this out. Again, I'd like to thank y'all for tuning in to the episode of The Chill, titled Positive Role Models. I'm gonna see y'all next time.